Joining us now to talk more about it is Dr. Brad Drummond. He's a pulmonologist with UNC Health who has studied the effects of vaping and smoking. Dr. Drummond, we appreciate you being with us. The FDA says there isn't enough data on the impact of vaping. So what do we know about its long-term effects?
Sure, we're certainly learning more about these devices, and I think there's a couple key important points. First, these devices contain nicotine, and nicotine's an addictive substance that can impact brain development in children. It also can serve as a gateway to traditional cigarettes. Second, we know that e-cigarettes do contain some harmful substances, such as heavy metals and known cancer-causing agents. But the reality is we don't know long-term harms. They still remain unclear. We don't know if things like chronic bronchitis or lung cancer, if those risks are increased, although we do know that e-cigarettes can lead to acute irritation of the airways. You have to remember it took 40 to 50 years to show that smoking cigarettes causes lung cancer. And we have to be careful as these products have only been around for about 15 or 16 years. So it may take many years to understand the harms. And in the meantime, I think we can't fall into the trap as we did with regular cigarettes to wait for those harms to become clear.
Has our understanding of e-cigarettes evolved since they were first released? And do you expect to see more regulation or restrictions on companies?
Yes, our understanding has continued to evolve. Early on, there was concerns about potential harms of certain flavoring additives, and these were shown in studies to be harmful to lung cells. And this evidence led to the removal of some of the fruit and other flavorings in e-cigarettes. And we also learned that as the voltage of the device is changed, that can also lead to increased amounts of lung toxins. And so the technology continues to evolve, and the good science, which can be used to inform the policy, will continue to evolve with it. And I think we will see some changes.
One of the big concerns with these products is their harm or their effects on children and teenagers. What do we know about that?
Yeah, what's unique about children and teenagers is that their brain and their lungs are still developing. So these organs are very sensitive to toxins. We know that nicotine can impact brain development and learning in children. And we know that the human lung grows really until age 20 to 30. And the use of an e-cigarette has the potential to harm this normal growth process during a key development phase, which can have lifelong consequences. And most importantly, we're worried that early e-cigarette use can be a gateway to lifelong nicotine addiction, which is one of the greatest concerns about our youth using these devices.
Do you think regulations will help reduce teen use?
Oh, absolutely. I think this order really is targeted, in my mind, at reducing the risk of teen vaping, and I think it will be successful. You know, about 1 out of 9 high school students report using e-cigarettes. That's about 2 million kids. And, you know, the FDA has noted that Juul may have played a role in the disproportionate rise in teen vaping. And, you know, so I think that regulations like this will help reduce e-cigarette and vaping use amongst kids.
You know, some of these e-cigarette companies say they help people smoke fewer cigarettes or quit altogether. Is there evidence showing that vaping is better for your health than smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, this is an important question, and the evidence here is really quite mixed. There are certainly individual patients who report that they were able to wean themselves off of regular cigarettes, but the results of clinical trials are really mixed, with some but not all studies showing that these devices are effective. It's important to note that major lung societies do not recommend e-cigarettes for people trying to quit conventional cigarettes, and no e-cigarette has been approved by the FDA as a medical product to quit smoking.
It's a very important topic. Dr. Brad Drummond with UNC Health, we really appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you. Have a great evening.